any user. Now select the user to whom you want to send. So here I want to send it to the test one. So I selected the test one. Move the test one to the right hand side, that is the selected recipients. So it's going to send the scheduled output to this test one user. Okay, or if you want, you can select the groups also. Okay, within a group, how many users exist, it is going to send to all those users. Okay, so within a group we can add n number of users. If you select that particular group, how many users were exist in that group, the scheduled output, the scheduled report will be sent to all those users. Okay, so as it's already 852, let me make it to 854. Okay, I selected this to the test one, and if you see here, automatically generated name, and there is something called use specific name. Automatically generated name means it's going to put some random number and the instance name. Or if you want to use a particular name, you can type in that particular name. Okay, we'll see that in next example. So now I'm clicking on the schedule. So it will be in pending state. It will be in pending state till 8:54. Okay, so any questions? Still no, Smith?
Oh, no, other question.
Okay. See here, it's only 8:54 and it started running. It got success. Okay, you can click on that link and you can see the different details. Okay, now if you see, there were two instances. If you close this, okay, and before closing, if you see, this window will be called as the history. So, how many times a report has been scheduled? The report's complete schedule history will be shown in this window. Close it. Now, if you see, the number of instances is turned to 2, and this will be turned into 8:54. Let me refresh. It turned to 8:54 and the instances were 2. If you want to go to the history page, select the report, right click and then select history. Right? For example, if you want to reschedule from the screen itself, you don't want to go to again schedule, etc. You want to do a reschedule. Reschedule means what? It's going to use the same settings and the properties what we use for that particular instance. Okay, you don't need to again select the user inbox, destination as the inbox, select the particular user, or format. What is the format you need to select? Okay, the input prompts. Okay, the prompts were not there as of now. We didn't see. We'll see it in a later. Okay, all the default settings, like whatever the settings we made for that particular instance, the same settings will be used when we try to reschedule. Okay, so from this screen, history screen, you can manage all your schedules. That is, if you want, you can go for reschedule. Okay, reschedule means what? All the settings, whatever the settings you made for this particular instance, everything will be intact. Okay, but it will give one more option as when you want to run it. That alone you can change. And when you use run now, it will start running it immediately. Okay, if you want to delete the things, you can select that particular thing and you can delete it. And view the history status. Okay, now if you see reschedule, see here the title, whatever the title we use, the same title we got. Formats, for that I selected the format as PDF, so PDF is selected by default. Destination, by default it will be inbox will be selected. Right? So all the default, whatever the entries we selected for that particular instance, everything, the same settings will be used. If we go for run now, it will start running directly. Means it's going to use the same settings and it will run immediately. So the reschedule and run now, the only difference is in reschedule you can select a different time. Of course, you can choose the different settings as well. Okay, but the core difference is time. Okay, so that is the main difference. Okay, now if you see, we have the three instances. One is executed at 8:57, 8:54, 8:41. Yeah, hi Raghu. Okay, so like today, like we started with the scheduling. So this is the first class we are having, and it's like first how to enable audio. Oh. So just a minute. Let us help this guy. Okay, so let's continue. So okay, so since that guy is busy. Okay, so this is about the history page. Okay, and if you see, the entries will be updated here automatically. The last date and the time. Okay, it's 8:57 and the three instances. For example, if you go to the history and delete something, right, automatically it will be reflected here. For example, currently the last run time it's showing it as 8:57. I'm going to delete this entry now. Okay, now the last entry will be changed to the 8:54 in the initial screen. So I'm deleting this 8:57 entry. Let's go back. Okay, refresh. See, it's changed to 8:54 and the number of instances is changed to 2. So it depends. Okay, so it's purely like how many instances were exist in the history page, only that particular count and those many and the last run from that history will be calculated here for populating to these two fields. Okay, so this is one thing. And the next thing is, okay, so we schedule the report to the other user's inbox, right? So let me log using that user.
నేను క్లిక్ చేస్తా ఉంటే సెలెక్ట్ అవ్వట్లేదు. స్విచ్ కావట్లేదు మైక్ అండ్ స్పీకర్స్ కి.
ఓకే, లెట్స్ గో టు ది ఇన్బాక్స్ హియర్.
రీజాయిన్ అవ్వాలంటే ఎలా అవ్వాలి?
Okay, see here, we schedule the report to the input controls and chart. Right? So, it came to the S1 user's inbox. Let's go to the HANA user's inbox, whether it got delivered to his inbox also or not. Okay? See. Okay? So, it's delivering to the users which you are selecting, okay, but should not deliver to this HANA user's inbox. Okay, but somehow it got delivered for this user as, oh sorry, this one we scheduled again, right? There is one more 854, yeah, 854 instance is not here. Okay, so it means if you select a user, it's going to that particular user's inbox and it's not going to come to any other user. Okay, even the user who scheduled that particular report also. Okay, so this is how we'll be doing some basic scheduling stuff. Okay, let's take a look at one recurrent schedule and then we'll jump on to the other advanced concepts. Okay, so let's go to the schedule. Here I'm going to use daily. Okay, so I'll schedule it from tomorrow to till next Saturday. Okay, 4 to 5 days continuously. I want this to run at 8:50. Okay, so today this is not going to run. So when we come tomorrow, right, I'll show this the recurring instance how it works. Okay, so 8:50 a.m. tomorrow, and from tomorrow onwards it's going to start and it will end at, sorry, I've selected till July, which we don't require. Okay, I'm going to select it till Sunday and click on schedule.
వస్తుందమ్మా, నాకు వస్తా ఉంది, వినిపిస్తా ఉంది.
Okay, now this is recurring. Just a minute, Sumit. Raghu, put yourself on mute. Hello, Raghu.
Yes, Anand.
Okay, just put yourself on mute. Okay, so if you have any questions, okay, you can unmute and ask me. Okay, so the thing is,
how to put this mute?
in the go to window will be there, right? Next to that there will be one maze kind of icon will be there, some green color. Click on that before your name.
I'm unable to come back to go to meeting page.
No, not on go to window page. That go to meeting desktop is there, right? There will be some small desktop on your left, the left side of your screen.
No, I did not find that.
Okay, what I'll do is I'll mute yourself. If you have any questions, ping me, then I'll unmute you. Okay?
One second. I am unable to come back to the actual desktop. Yes, I'm okay on the page now.
You mean Explorer? Browser
No.
you're talking about? The GoToMeeting window, right? Yeah, in the GoToMeeting window, in attendees, find out your name, that is Lotus. Before the Lotus, there is one green icon. Click on that icon.
Before the Lotus, there is one.
Some green color icon will be there. That is click to mute. Okay, that's fine. I'll mute you. If you have any question, just ping me. I'll unmute you so that you can ask your questions. Okay. So like we started the scheduling like 40 minutes back. So the 40 minutes over. So once this is done, I'll share the recording. You can go through that. Okay. And later you can come up with any questions you have. Okay. So I unmuted you. I muted you, Raghu. So like let's proceed. So it's going to create a recurring schedule. Okay. So and this schedule. So how this is going? How do we know when this is going to be executed? Okay. Click on that recurring link. Now if you see, it's going to queue. Okay. See the next runtime. When it's going to execute the next time, 18th of May at 8:50 AM. Okay. And object runs once every 1 day. And when this is going to expire? On 23rd, that is next Sunday. So it's going to run continuously from 18th to 23rd. Okay. So this way we can find it out. How many times it's going to run, at what time it's going to run, and when it is the next instance. Okay, so this is about the recurring. Okay, so tomorrow we'll see this recurring entry will be as it is. Okay, to execute, so that it's going to create one more new entry and it will execute that entry. Okay, we will find that entry tomorrow. We'll see that. Okay, so just remind me if I don't come to this recurring. Okay, but I'll come, definitely I'll ensure that I will revisit this entry. Okay, so Raghu, like we are discussing about the scheduling. Okay, so today like we went through the scheduling basics, like what is the purpose of the scheduling, the tools or the applications involved in scheduling, and the servers responsible for scheduling, to what are the different destinations we can send the schedule, and similarly what formats we can schedule, and what are the different scheduling states. And then we started with some basic scheduling stuff, how to schedule the report and how to schedule a report to some other user's inbox. Okay, and just a couple of minutes back we are discussing about the recurring schedule. Okay, so I hope you worked earlier on the development aspect, so you might be having some basic knowledge on the scheduling. Okay, so just like after this class, you just go through this recording. So now I'm going to start with the bit advanced stuff within the scheduling. Okay. So now let's look at the calendar based scheduling. So till now, like what we have seen is we are selecting a particular date and time, or we are using run immediately, run now option, so that the schedule will start running immediately. Okay, or it will run at a particular point of time if we select a date and time. Okay, in case of recurring. Okay, so it will still wait that date and time occurs and then it will schedule. Okay, there is one more option called calendar. Okay, so where this calendar is available. If you see here, when I am trying to schedule this report, go to the recurrence. In recurrence, there is an option called calendar. So what is this calendar mix? It is showing there are no calendars, and where this calendar option will be used. Okay, calendar option specifically will be used when you don't have a particular recurrence pattern. You want to run your schedule on multiple days, but that doesn't fall under a recurrence pattern. So when it doesn't fall under a recurrence pattern, then as an admin you end up in creating multiple schedules for whatever the dates you are interested in. Okay, which is a big hectic task. So to ease that task, they introduced a calendar concept called, can be called as calendar based scheduling. Okay, so where we are going to create custom calendars. So within the calendar, we are going to select the dates on which dates you want the schedule to be run, or we'll just select the dates. So those dates will be identified as run dates.
Hello, Anand?
Yes, Raghu.
Hello.
Hello. Yes.
Can you repeat the calendar multiple schedules? I did not understand. Can you repeat that?
Yes. Okay. So you want to run the schedule on different dates. For example, just look at the calendar here. I want to run it on Sunday, Tuesday, Friday, and again on 27th, that is Tuesday, again 29th, 30th. So if you see here, when I say some dates, 18th, 20th, 23rd, 26th, 27th, again 30th, is this fall under a reference pattern? No. Okay, so if you want to schedule this report on this days, what you need to do? You need to create those many schedules. Okay, for every day you need to create one schedule. Okay, so in order to create those multiple schedules, okay, we will be going for creating a custom calendar. So within the calendar, we will set the run dates, okay, run only on these days. And we will associate that calendar to this schedule. Okay, so that the schedule will run only on those dates which you set in the calendar. Okay, let's take a look at creating the calendar so that you will understand it in a better way. Okay. For creating the calendars, you need to have access to the CMC. Okay, so I am switching on to the CMC. Okay, so you go to the home page. So within this CMC, the calendars were exist here under the define. Select calendar. Currently there were no calendars exist. Okay, the same is being shown when we select calendar under the recurrence option. There were no calendars exist. Now create a calendar. To create a calendar, go to manage. There is something called new. In that new, select new calendar. Okay, provide a name for the calendar. Okay, so I'm going to name it as custom May dates, and you can put some optional description and then click on OK. Now if you see, the calendar has been created. We didn't set any dates yet. Okay, this is a empty calendar. Empty calendar where we didn't set any dates. Now the next step is we need to set the dates. Set or select the dates. How to do that? Select the calendar, right click. There is an option called select dates. Now you open the calendar for editing. Okay, see the legend here. When nothing is shown in the background, what does it called as non-run day? That means on these days the schedule will not run. Okay, so when you start selecting some dates, it will be highlighted in blue. So it's called as new run day. So only on those days the schedule will be run. Okay, it will be like this. So I want my schedule to run tomorrow, and again on 20th, and again on 23rd, next 26th, 20th, 30th. These days I want my schedule to run. If you see this, we are not able to identify what is the pattern here. So that's why we came for creating a calendar. If you don't create a calendar, you need to end up creating 6 schedules, each one for each day. So to avoid that, we are coming to the calendars and we are creating a calendar. Within the calendar, on which days we want it to run, the schedule to run, we selected those dates and then click save and close. Now again, if you feel that you want to edit something, the same procedure again. Right click, select dates. Now if you see, whatever the dates we selected earlier will be shown in green. Green means what? Original run day. Earlier what dates you selected. Okay, those dates when you open will be shown in green when you open the calendar again for editing. And again, if you are selecting some new dates and removing ones, it's going to show as per the legend. Okay, now save it. So the other option what you have here was to view this one. Okay, now this is, now if you say, it's going to show 1 year at a time, 2014 and 2015. If you want to move it to the next year, click next year button, 15, 16, 16, 17. So you can set.
Hello, Anand.
For multiple years.
Hello.
Here. Yes.
Hello, Anand.
Yes, Prabhu. Tell me.
How to remove the selected ones?
Just click on that. Click on the selected dates. Okay. So it will be turned. It will be changed to some arrow mark. It will come to. Okay. Strike out kind of way.
Can you show that?
Sure. Okay. So I'll show that. Just give me a minute. So before I'll come back to that. So if you want to go to the next years, how many years you want, you can go and set here. And if you want to go to the previous years, you can go back to the previous years. And how you want to view. Currently it is showing in the yearly mode. Okay. 1 year at a time. If you want to view it quarterly, it will show 1 quarter at a time. So you can move based on the next quarter, previous quarter accordingly. If you see here, when I select this 31, see here, removed run day. It's striked out and coming in light blue. Okay. Save and close. Now we created the calendar. So the creating the calendar concept is pretty simple. Okay. Just you are going to create the calendar and you are going to select the dates within the calendar on which dates you want the schedule to be run. That's it. Okay. There is not much functionality on this calendar. Okay. It's a pretty straightforward concept. Now come back to the launch.
Excuse me, here yearly, quarterly concept, what is that? Can you explain?
How to view. Okay. Here if you see, it is showing quarter at once, April, May, June. If you show month, it will show only the current month now.
Current month is May, right?
Sorry, current month is May. Yeah, it's showing in the current quarter the April and the next May. So you need to like visiting these month on month. Okay, instead of showing everyone. This is just like a view. Okay. So if it is yearly, whole year it is going to show you at once. Okay.
It is, suppose I want to schedule a calendar for the next year.
Yes. You can do that. Go to the next year here. Select your dates.
Okay. And adding recurring days, there is an option called adding recurring days. What is that, please? On top of it, adding
This
recurring
one,
days.
add
Yeah.
recurring days, okay, by day of month or by day of week, okay. So if you want to add within a week every Monday, okay, instead of you don't want to select every Monday here, okay, go to by day of week. So which week you want to add, okay, first Monday, okay, and second Monday you want to add for all the months by default, okay, from
This is all the months, is it?
yeah, for all the months if you want to add. Okay, because it's nothing but to making the selection simple. Selections process simple. Okay, it's going to make the selection process simple. Okay, so by day of week, so within a month, every first Monday and second Monday for every month will be selected from start date to the end date. Okay, I'm saving. See here, every month if you see, first Monday and second Monday is selected. Okay, so these two will be used to make the selection process simple.
Suppose I want to set it for only couple of months, not the entire year.
Yeah, you need to select only for that, till that date. Right, here by day of week, you have the end date. Select this end date and you can set. Okay, so this is how we will be creating the calendar. Now, come back to the creating the schedule. Select the report, right click and then click on schedule. Select recurrence. From the recurrence, select the calendar. Now it will show the calendars which exist. If you see here, only one calendar is there, it's going to show you that only one, like as we created only one calendar, that calendar is being shown here. If you have multiple, the multiple things will be shown here. You can select the calendar which you want. Okay, so whatever the days highlighted in green, only on those days this schedule will run. Okay, so today is 17th, tomorrow we can see this schedule will also be executed on 18th. Okay, morning 9:26 a.m. I'll change the time to the 9 o'clock, 9 a.m. Okay, and then you can select the format. I'm selecting the format, and then the destination. I'll select the destination as the BI inbox. Okay, to my user itself, and then click on schedule. See here, this will also be in recurrence stage. Okay, why? Because it start executing only from tomorrow 9 a.m. What is the next runtime? 18th May at 9 a.m. It will run. Okay. Recurrence type is what? Object runs based on the following calendar. Okay. So whatever the calendar, it is showing. So any questions in this calendar and how to select the calendar when scheduling?
What is the format? Web Intelligence we have selected, right? So
Yes.
that is the format it is going to deliver?
Yes. Yeah, the type is there, right? Web
Hello?
Intelligence. Yes. Yes, Raghu.
Hello?
Hello. Yes.
Hello? The format which we selected, what does it mean?
Output format, that is.
What does it mean? Format we have selected Web Intelligence. That means Web Intelligence reports will be delivered to destinations?
See, format means it is the output format. when you run a report, you can save the report either in the PDF format, CSV format, Excel format, or in the Web Intelligence format itself. When you select Web Intelligence, the report will be delivered in Web Intelligence format itself. Okay, that WID file will be delivered. If you are selecting PDF, it will be delivering in the form of a PDF file, the output. Okay, so Web Intelligence will not be used in real time. Okay, no one is going to use WID extension for sending the reports to some other users. Why? Because if that guy doesn't have the Webby Rich client, he will not be able to open that report. Okay, that's a limitation or a restriction. So obviously we'll be selecting the PDF, Excel, or the CSV formats. Okay, so any further questions?
What are the different formats available?
PDF, Excel, and text. Okay, PDF, Excel, text and CSV, because CSV can also be called as the text format. So these three apart from the Web Intelligence.
Destinations? How many destinations?
We have like 4 destinations available. Okay, so maybe if you go through the recording, right, you will get to know, which I explained a bit. Okay, if you see here, these are the 4 destinations which is available here: inbox, file system, FTP, and the email. Okay. Okay, so now if you see from this list, we try to understand about the scheduling states is done. Okay, we have seen how this server, which server is being used. Okay, and currently we are using the Launchpad or the InfoView for scheduling the reports. CMC will be taking a look at it later on, and we also seen the formats. Now let me explain about this file system. Okay, inbox we have seen. Let me try to explain the file system destination, how that exactly is going to work. File system means, file system always refers to the drives. Either it can be mapped drives or local drives within the BO server. Okay, so whatever the machine I logged in now, okay, this is my BO server. When I go to my computer, here if you see, there is a C drive and D drive. Okay, I can send my schedule output to any of these drives. Drives in the sense to a particular location within the drive. Only to the BO server, not to the other servers. But other servers' drives, you can map them here. If they were mapped, you can send to those drives as well. If they were not mapped, you cannot send. Okay, so file system you can consider it as the local disks within the BO server. The local disks within the BO server. Let's see how this file system is going to work. Okay, so I'm going to create one test folder here. Okay, see here, this folder is empty. Right now, so before you are going to work with the file system, there is a concept, okay, called enabling the destinations. Enabling the destinations. By default, all the destinations will not be enabled. Only the inbox will be enabled. So how to enable the other destinations? Okay, let's take a look at that now. In order to enable the destinations, you need to go to the central management console. Within this, go to the servers area. Within this, go to the server list and go to the adaptive job server. Select the adaptive job server, right click. There is something called destination. See here, destination. all the available destinations will be shown in the drop down. Whatever the destinations were enabled will be shown in the list box below. Okay, this is the list box. Here it's going to show whatever the destinations been enabled. Okay, so it means only BI inbox is enabled, nothing else. So if I want to enable the other destinations, select the destination, click on add button. So the respective destination will be enabled. So when you are enabling the destination, what is the information you are going to provide? One is the directory. So to which directory within the BO server the report outputs or the schedule outputs to be sent. So within the B drive to the test folder, I want my schedule outputs to be sent. Okay, so when it's sending the file to that particular folder, what is the naming convention to be used? When you mention use automatically generated name, it will try to use a random number plus the schedule name. It's going to use. Or if you want to mention any specific name, use specified name. There are some placeholders. What is that? If you want to have title as part of the report name, or owner as part of the report name, date time as part of the report name, you can add these placeholders so that the report name will be framed accordingly. Okay, and then add file extension. Username and password, it's not required to provide the username and the password, because from BO application we are writing or we are sending a file to the BO server itself. So providing the username and password here in this file system is not required. Okay, so once you done, because here only one thing which you need to provide is the directory, and then you need to choose how you want the file names to be named. Click on save and close. You have enabled your destination. Now come here and try to schedule the report. Right click, schedule. Okay, the instance title I am giving it as FS file system. Recurrence, I am selecting this is now, immediately it should run. Format, Excel I am using, and then let's go to the destinations. Here I am going to use file system. Okay, here if you see there is something called use default settings. When I select this one, what it's going to use, whatever the settings I defined in the adaptive job server, those settings will be used for this file system. Okay, so within the adaptive job server, what is the directory I used? D test. So let's see whether the schedule is been going to that folder or not. Okay, I'm clicking on schedule. It's running now. Success. Let's go to the D test. See, as I said, it's going to use the naming convention as the title and some random number. Right now, let me schedule this one again. Okay, because earlier we used default settings. Instead of default settings, let's use do not use the default settings, because when we use default settings, what will happen? It will use whatever the directory which is defined in the adaptive job server for file system, that particular directory will be used. Alright, now I'm going to, if you want to schedule to a different place, Okay, for example, to the app folder. For example, to this folder. Okay, I can mention that directory path here. If I want to use some particular specific name, right, I can use just title. Click on schedules. Title, I put here just the title, the placeholder. Whatever the title we gave for this schedule, right? See here, input, controls and charts. For example, FS2 I am giving. So this name will be used as the output file name.
What is add file extension?
If you are selecting the format as PDF, if you are selecting the format as PDF, the extension for the PDF is PDF. It will add that. If it is a WID, the WID will be added to the file. So it's running. Success. See, it sent the report output to the D app folder. Right? Let's go to the test folder and see. Here, see, it's didn't send. Okay, so this way the file system is going to work. Okay. So before using the file system, you need to ensure that the destination is enabled, configure it, and then you need to schedule the reports. Okay, so any questions on this file system? Okay, so next we will jump on to the event-based scheduling. Event-based scheduling.
There are other destinations also, right, Honor?
Right.
Can you show other destinations?
Yeah, I'll show that. Okay. I'll come to that. For all the things, I'll come to that. Okay. So the next one is we will be looking into the events now. So this event-based scheduling, this is also one of the advanced concept as part of the scheduling. So what kind of events were available when you are going to use this event-based scheduling? Okay, so if you want to establish a dependency to the schedule, then we go for event-based scheduling. Event-based scheduling. Okay, that means I have two schedules, my schedule A and schedule B. If I want my schedule B should run only after schedule A, okay, I can set that dependency using the events. Okay, so my schedule will be executed only after schedule A runs. Okay, so such kind of dependency we can set. Okay, there are different types of events available. Okay, so one is file based event, and number two schedule based event, and number three custom event. File-based event means your schedule is going to wait for the creation of a file. If a file gets created, then the schedule is going to run. So what is the file name, in which path it should get created, all that we need to configure. Okay, that we will see. Okay, so that is when you define this file-based event means you are going to attach the creation of a file event to a schedule. So your schedule will run only if the file gets created. If the file is not going to create, your schedule will be in pending state forever. Okay. The next one is the schedule-based event. As I had given the example, schedule A and schedule B. If you want to make the dependency between the schedules, then you need to go for schedule-based events. Okay, so making schedule B should run only after schedule A. If schedule A is not running, schedule B will not run. If schedule A runs, then schedule B will run. So if you want to establish such kind of dependency, we need to go for schedule-based events. And the third one is the custom event. Custom event doesn't have any significance. Okay, why? Because it's a manually we are going to trigger the events. Okay, whenever you want a schedule to run, you will go and click that button, then it will run. So custom events doesn't have any significance in the BO, but still it's been included. Okay, so let's see one by one. First, let's get into the file-based event. Okay, so these events will be created from the central management console. We are going to create these events from the central management console. So go to the home page. Within the home page, there is something called define. In the define, there is something called events. Within the events, go to the system events. Okay, so this system events contains your file-based event and schedule events in the system events folder. And in the custom events, you will be having custom events. Okay, now let's first take a look at the file-based event. Okay, in order to create a file-based event, go to manage, select new, and there is something called new events. Under the type, you will be seeing file or schedule. So let's work with the file. And next one is the event name. What is the event name? Okay, I'm just giving the name test file underscore event. You can put some optional description as well. Okay, so all the events within a BO server will be handled by the event server. Your event server will take care of the capturing the events and notifying the respective other servers. Okay, file name. So what is the file name needs to be created and in which particular location. For example, in this D drive test folder, (123.txt). So this event will wait for 123.txt file. Whenever this 123.txt file is created, then this event will be triggered. Once this event will be triggered, the schedules associated with this event will start executing. Okay, now we are creating this. Click OK. See here, the event has been created. Event name, event type is file event. We didn't enable the alerts. Okay, description and the date modified. Right, now let's go to the launchpad. Let's try to schedule a report. Okay, I'm going to schedule this report now. Input, control and variables. Let me run it once. Yeah. Okay. Now recurrence, I'm setting it as immediately. Then go to the destinations. I will use inbox as the destination without selecting any user. It means I'm the HANA user. It should come to me. That's it. Now we need to set the event.
Excuse me. If you don't select any users, how does that react?
It will go to the user who is scheduling that particular reports. Okay. So here I'm logged in with the HANA. So it will come to me only, my inbox, if I don't select any user.
Okay.
Okay. So I came to the event. So how to set that event to the schedule? Okay. There were two sections here. First one is available events. Next one is available schedule events. So available schedule events, let's forget about that now. Okay. So for the file-based events, only the first piece is applicable. That is available events. That's it. So our file-based events will be available in system events, right? So this is the event we created. So available events means what are all the different events available within the system will be shown here. And next slide, if you see events to wait for. So this schedule needs to wait for which events. You are going to select here. I am moving this event to the right hand side under events to wait for. That means my schedule is going to wait for this event to occur. If this event is not going to occur, my schedule will never run. Let's see that. Click on schedule. Okay. Now the time is 9:52. Okay. If there is no event associated, it would have started running by now. Let's wait till 9:53. Still it will be in pending state. It will never run. Why? Because it's waiting for the file-based event to occur. Whatever the file-based event we attach it to this schedule to occur, it's waiting for that. So how that's going to occur? Whenever the file gets created, which we mentioned in the file-based event. In the file-based event, we mentioned the file name as 123.txt in the test folder. If the file gets created here, 123.txt, then only this schedule will start running. See here, it's 9:53. Still it's not running. Okay, now I'm creating the file manually here. Okay, as this is the text file, it will be having the extension 123. Let's go to the launchpad here. See, now it starts running. Okay, this way we can make the dependency between the creation of the files and the schedule. So, what is the best example where this will be used in the runtime? Okay, so this is typically used.